I believe we need to think differently about using AI in proposals. In short, we're using it wrong, or at least we've defaulted into thinking too obviously. So, how did we get here? And how can we think differently? Well, let me start by telling a story. 8 years ago, I was riding the shuttle bus into the office where I worked when I heard something that I think, without exaggeration, changed my career. Back then, I was an in-house bid manager in a home office hybrid role before that became fashionable, and I loved my job, but the commute less so. So to survive it, I listened to audiobooks, business, psychology, marketing, sales, anything really. There's always something we can adapt from other fields. I once even learned something useful from a book on archaeology. And no, it wasn't how to excavate old boilerplate text. But on this particular day, as the bus pulled up outside the European HQ of my corporate employer, I heard the line, ask yourself, do you want to work for your own dreams or someone else's? And I knew then that I wanted to go freelance. I wanted to work for myself and I wanted to specialize in RFP software. I created my own niche, helping organizations find and fit technology to their bid processes while also improving those processes to take advantage of what their tech can do. And then came AI, and everything changed. But really, at the same time, nothing changed at all. We still need great bids and proposal professionals. I'd argue we need them more than ever. We still need robust processes, but we can't expect technology to follow our manual processes. We need to adapt. And we still need strong content, again, more than ever. And we still need to choose, implement, and drive adoption to be successful with our technology. I think, really, if anything, it's just got more complicated. There are more solutions, more options available to us, and a wider range of challenges to solve. And that's why we, as bid professionals, need to take control of the narrative. We need to really think about what problems we're trying to solve. And that means thinking a bit differently, thinking bigger, and thinking better about technology, especially AI, in bids. Speaking of which, one of the problems I'm trying to solve is how to grow this brand new channel. What would really help is for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me create more content for you and also helps you to stay tuned to my latest videos. Thank you. Why do I think we're using AI wrong? Well, earlier this year, I became, let's say, a bit AI webinar skeptical. That's because too many were just really generic use cases or had vague prompt examples of what you might possibly could do, or were just things that started out as being educational but eventually were just disguised demos. And some of them were just so focused on the technology, they left me feeling like AI was a solution looking for a problem, any problem. Then back in July this year, I had the chance to attend an AI workshop in London, and I was prepared to be both underwhelmed and disappointed. As expected, there were sessions from sponsoring vendors enthusiastically telling us AI is brilliant, and yes, there were demos. But actually, I left feeling inspired, full of fresh ideas, and I think more excited about AI than I'd been since it first came out. And why? Well, because I realized we're really using it wrong. Not like wrong prompt, not the wrong LLM, not the wrong tool, but the wrong mindset. We're thinking too obviously. We're thinking about the solution and not the problem we're trying to solve. And we're also thinking in the past rather than looking forward. We've defaulted to the obvious. Our final outputs are typically written answers, narratives, pitch decks, bid books. We tell stories about how we, and only we, can solve a customer's problem. And then when generative AI arrived, we have a machine that can write. And so, of course, it's natural that within our industry, we thought, brilliant, it can write proposals for us. Or at least it'll help us write faster. But really, is that even the problem we needed to solve? And in our rush to generate content faster, have we completely missed the potential of AI to help us think better? Technology's obsession with speed isn't new. Steam mills made textiles faster, railways moved people faster. Telecommunications means we can send messages faster. Computers can help us write faster. AI, sure, it can put words on a page faster, but that isn't writing. And in any case, faster isn't always the point. So I'm old enough to remember when in-car navigation meant you had a giant road atlas on the passenger seat. And then we upgraded to online route planners. You'd print out your turn-by-turn directions to where you wanted to go, and then you put those on the passenger seat. And now we have AI-powered sat-nav with voice guidance, lane suggestions, live traffic updates, speed camera warnings, and my absolute favorite instruction, bear left. But you never actually see a bear on the left, do you? But how much time does all this save? I mean, maybe a few minutes, but the journey is still the journey. What changes is the experience. It's safer, easier, less stressful. And if you've got a passenger, you're far more likely to arrive still friends. For me, that's the real benefit of technology in bidding. It helps us to navigate complexity, tame the chaos, and avoid cognitive overload. Thinking differently means AI shouldn't simply make things faster, it should help us make things better. Because the worst thing we can do is build poor proposals faster. Because remember, it's not the fastest proposal that wins, it's the best on time proposal. Thinking differently is just the first step. It, it helps us stop chasing speed and start seeking value. But next, we need to think bigger because AI's true potential in bids, it isn't writing faster. And that's where we're heading in my next video. Thank you. Please subscribe now and you won't miss out.